So the final step in the six-pack is the active service delivery, and I really, these days, I'm calling it the very active service delivery. Because I've come to find out, or to learn, that this is the place that we put a bow on it or we don't. This is the place where the customer gets the value of what we've done or they don't. This is the place where we make sure that as they leave, their confidence is very high, their anxiety or uncertainty is very low, and they feel that solid connection, because that's the thing that will make sure or ensure that their next visit is to see me at the dealership or to see you at the dealership. Okay, so with that being said, what I'm talking about is a face-to-face presentation or preview or review of everything that was done today. Now, how do you feel about making phone calls? Do you make phone calls sometimes to tell customers what went on?
Absolutely.
I think that's a good practice. However, I do not believe that dismisses the idea of doing a face-to-face. Now let me see if I can get this picture for you. Develop a picture. You've called me, I've left, I'm not a waiter, I've left, I've gone back to work. I'm in my office and you call me to give me an update on my vehicle. Okay? Am I paying total attention to you? Maybe, maybe not. There may be other things going on. If I'm somebody that's taking care of the household and I'm at home, I'm taking care of kids at the house, I can guarantee you there's lots of stuff, little things vying for my attention, and I may or may not be paying total attention. So we can't assume the customer gets everything, and it does not replace the face-to-face. You always want to do a face-to-face. Now it can be very quick because you can reference, now remember we spoke on the phone, so reference back to the phone call. I think the phone call is a positive, but it doesn't replace the face-to-face. Often that's what happens is I feel I've queued up now and I can just get them over to the cashier when we take their money and they go down the road. Well, they may have additional questions. So we want to spend this time with them. It's very little time. Even this process that we've prescribed here, under this step of the six-pack, it's very short. I know it looks like a lot of steps, but it's really quite quick. So you provide a face-to-face invoice review, you use their name, you confirm everything we did today. Now confirm it. So I like to use it like a checklist. So if I've got my repair order, I will literally say to the customer, so sir, today you wanted your oil changed, we took care of that for you. And you also said you had that shimmy in the right front of your vehicle. Remember I talked to you on the phone about that, and it was an alignment issue. We've realigned your vehicle, we've rotated your tires, and now you're going to get extra wear on those tires. You won't be running them out like you would have if we hadn't done this today. Now notice what I'm doing. I'm already moving into the next step, which is resell the benefits of what they've done today, right? So if we've done an alignment, if we've changed the oil, I don't care what we've done, talk to them about the benefits of that. So we did your oil change today. I'm glad you're doing that. You're taking regular care of your oil, changing your vehicle. Changing your oil is one of the least expensive, most important things you could do for the long life of a vehicle, right? To get good performance and good mileage out of this vehicle, good service out of the vehicle, that oil change is really, it's essential. And I'm glad you're doing that and taking good care of your car. So, if there's any confusion or unhappiness, you want to clarify that right now. And that's why going through item by item by item. If they've got a question, it's going to come up while you're doing that. Any customer that's ever sitting out on the drive, once they've left you in your delivery process or lack of delivery process, and they're trying to read a repair order, they're going through the repair order and trying to figure out what was done, we've lost right there. That customer is under stress, their uncertainty's up. Most people, a lot of people in our business can't read a repair order like you can read a repair order, and certainly the cashier can't. That's inappropriate. So we can't expect the cashiers, I think that's inappropriate, for them to try to describe the customer or answer questions. So this is the whole idea of walking, and I know you actually escort customers over to the cashier, right?
Most of the time.
Yeah. Well, certainly I want to stress, every time that you can, get them over there, and there should be a very good reason that you haven't. And if you haven't, I want to make sure you make a follow-up call and make sure there aren't any questions. Okay? So you resell the benefits. You offer to set their next appointment. This is the perfect time to do that, right? And by the way, some customers, do they ever respond to you like they're a little nervous about setting an appointment?
Sure.
Why is that, do you think?
Oh, they don't want to come. They don't want to be in the shop. I mean.
No, it's not the place they want to come. There's a lot of places they'd rather be.
Exactly.
The other thing I think is that a lot of customers, and I'm like that sometimes, I don't know what my schedule looks like, and I'm afraid I'll miss the appointment or I can't keep it, so it brings a little stress. So what you want to do to make sure, again, we lower that stress and that anxiety, because setting an appointment shouldn't raise their stress, it should lower it. We can just say, if for any reason, we're going to give you a follow-up call right before your appointment to make sure that you're still coming in, and we'll do that as a courtesy. And if for any reason you can't, we're glad to reset it. So there's no stress around this. It's just a courtesy to make sure that they've got that next appointment scheduled based on their driving and what they're doing. You know, we can make, you know, a prediction about what time they should come back in. Confirm their complete satisfaction. I mean, this is the place to do it. If they've got any questions, if they're not completely satisfied, if you see for any reason that that customer looks anxious or looks a little uptight or is not happy, you want to step into that picture right there, right? Not later, because is that going to get prettier as time goes by and after they've left? No, it gets worse really fast. And several days down the road, we may not be able to recover that situation. So if they've got any questions, if there's any kind of upset or confusion, let's clarify it before they leave our drive. And if we do that, that's a customer, again, that feels like they've been taken full care of, they're in the right hands, this is the right place, you're their guy. So again, kind of commonsensical, but it's not common practice. Just the idea of having your radar on, your antenna up, and paying attention. How do they seem? Are they smiling? Are they really friendly? Do they seem open? Or are they kind of shut down? Okay? And particularly around items that they've spent money on. Right? Particularly around items that they spent money on. Now, that's not the only reason that they could be a little bit, you know, have a little high level of anxiety. Even with a warranty claim. You know, now my confidence perhaps in my vehicle is a little bit shaken. So bear that in mind, that transportation is important to our customers. Would you agree? It's essential to living where we live, in most places. You need your transportation. It's how you get to work, it's how you get to school, it's how you get to church, it's how you get to the grocery store, it's how you get to dinner. It's everything that your kids to school. So transportation is important to us. So we need to make sure if there's any upset or anything that where they're not absolutely completely satisfied, they haven't had an exceptional experience, whatever standard we're going after, let's confirm that before they leave. And that's a great place to introduce the survey. Okay? And then finally, and I think this is just a missed opportunity if you don't, because if that customer is really happy with you and they feel really good about the service they've received and you're putting a nice bow on it and they feel good walking out, what a great time to ask them about friends and family. You know, anybody else in your family driving a vehicle? You know, I'd love to take care of that person as well. It'd be my pleasure. So you can actually solicit. When I say solicit, it's just offer, right? Any coworkers, anytime any of your friends need help, you just tell them to give me a call. It'll be my pleasure to take care of their needs as well. And if we don't extend that invitation, they're not going to think about it. You know, they may, if someone's talking about, oh, I'm having trouble with my car, I've got to get my oil changed, they may speak out, but that's a customer at the level of advocacy when they speak out like that. So we really want to make sure that they get that your business depends on referrals, right? Growing your business.
Right.
And that's based totally on completely satisfied customers. It's customers that feel that you've taken care of them and their vehicle. And then finally, the last thing, and this is, you know, the last two things, and it's really two of the most important things. Just thanking them for their business. I appreciate your business. I value you as a customer. However you feel comfortable saying that, but a hearty thank you, and that display of appreciation is essential. And I don't care if it was a warranty claim or visit or if it was customer pay, we always want to express appreciation. Do they have choices about where to go?
Absolutely.
They have a lot of choices in today's market. And finally, the last thing is, make sure you ask them to come back. Now, that can be as simple as, you know, come back to see us. It could also be something like, I look forward to seeing you on your next service visit. But something that's pleasant around, my expectation is you are coming back, and I look forward to being of service again. Okay? So again, just simple things, from the face-to-face to answering questions, reselling the value of what we did, confirming everything we did, and running all the way down to once we answer questions, set that next appointment, and showing appreciation for them as a customer. Make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay, another common sense thing. That's number 6 on our 6-pack.